This week on Wicked Riff Wednesday, the classic, the epic Led Zeppelin track, 10 Years Gone, by request. One of the greatest Led Zeppelin songs of all time. Stick around. We're going to take it apart. You're going to know about it. You're listening to the Ludini Rock and Roll Circus, changing rock history, one podcast at a time. All right, everybody, welcome back to episode 7. I believe we do 7 weeks already of Wicked Riff Wednesday. Today we're going to be talking about the classic track 10 Years Gone by Led Zeppelin from their, probably by their biggest critical success anyways, Physical Graffiti. So we're going to be talking about that here in a second. But real quick, before we get into that, please go to LudiniRockandRollCircus.com. There's tons of cool stuff there, including some cool merchandise, lots of cool podcasts. The ones you like, please share around with your friends. If you're watching on YouTube, please hit that little subscribe button and the little bell to get a notification. We're doing a lot of these. You don't want to miss them. If you'd like to get behind the scenes, you'd like to get access to exclusive music, exclusive video, exclusive conversation, hang out live while I'm doing these things, all kind of cool stuff at LouLombardiMusic.com/inner circle. That is LouLombardiMusic.com/inner circle. Click that link. It's here. If you were looking on YouTube, that link is here as well. If you're listening on Podbean, that link is right there in the notes and everything. So just click it. There's some cool stuff over there. It's exclusive stuff you can't get anyplace else. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into today's topic, which is the amazing track 10 Years Gone by Led Zeppelin, assembled by Jimmy Page with the intent that this was going to be an instrumental. Wasn't going to be a track with lyrics, but in walks Robert Plant. Here's the track. It comes out with very thoughtful lyric about a relationship that he had many years ago, like before Led Zeppelin was even on anybody's mind. So I'm going to talk about that in a second, but let's go ahead and play a little bit of 10 Years Gone. What a great guitar track. I'm going to talk a little bit about the guitar playing here. Starts out with this very beautiful chord progression in the beginning. Almost too pretty for rock and roll, right? And this is really neat here. These chords. Great track, killer riff. If you didn't know the name of the song, you know the riff, right? Page had worked, as I said, Page was working on this as an instrumental. Robert Plant heard it and started putting lyrics together about a relationship that he had before Led Zeppelin, where, and some of you musician friends out there have had this happen. You get the ultimatum, right? It's either the band or the music or me. I give you a hint, guys. If you're in a relationship with somebody who's a musician, never, ever, ever, ever make that ultimatum, because Robert Plant picked the band, picked the music, and so does every other musician that I've ever met in my entire life. So unless you really want the relationship to end and be looking 10 years gone, don't do that. It's not a cool thing. It's a there's 14 layered guitar tracks on that. So Page is doing all kinds of cool things, just clean tones, dirty tones, solos. There's several guitar solos on it. The song clocks in at about 6 minutes and 55 seconds long. It's almost 7 minutes long, but it's still a fan favorite. In a recent Rolling Stone readers poll, was voted number 9 of the fan favorites of Led Zeppelin songs of all freaking time. However, the song was a real pain in the ass for the band to play live. John Paul Jones, multi-instrumentalist, bass player, keyboard player, everything, is playing this really weird like 3-neck guitar thing on it where they did it live. Also playing the bass pedals. Another bass player who played bass pedals and other things was Geddy Lee. Anyways, it was considered really kind of cumbersome, and after a while the band dropped it. They quit playing it live. And but then they did pick it up for their for the Nebworth Festival in 1979, and there is video of that. There's a video concert of that, and you can see them do it. I believe Jimmy Page plays a Fender Telecaster on it with a B-bender, which is this really unique system that allows him to kind of bend the notes like a pedal steel player would using the strap. Very, very cool thing. Let's talk a little bit about the actual music. As I said, it's got this very beautiful chord progression in the beginning. Very delicate, it plays it very light. And then there's this transitional part where he goes... And I really think that was really just to get the key change down so that they could get into the rock part. Okay, killer riff. A couple little things about the riff a lot of people don't realize is it's in an alternate tuning. It is actually in drop D. I have seen guitar players play it in standard tuning, and it becomes this. And because it's just two notes, a lot of times people just let it slip, but it's really... the riff, and this is, nobody knows this. This is, well, I'm not saying nobody knows this, but I haven't heard many people talk about this. Maybe other YouTubers have brought this up. But when you get into the riff, all that... Killer riff, right? With this sort of pedal tone. There's this A. Thing going the whole time. Very neat. But there's a band in the 80s that actually borrowed that chord progression for a really big hit song of theirs. How many of you out there remember the song Wait by White Lion? Let me see if I can remember it. I hope I didn't upset any Led Zeppelin fans, but really the band White Lion really borrowed that chord progression for their song Wait. It's the same chord progression as 10 Years Gone. So maybe you didn't realize that. Maybe you weren't aware of that. So it's just a little extra something there you can think about next time you hear the song Wait by White Lion. You can kind of put the two things together. Anyways, I don't know what more we could say about it. It's an amazing track. If you haven't heard it in a while, go crank it up, put it up on Spotify. I'm sure you can listen to it here on YouTube as well. You've been listening to Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. If you believe in great guitar-driven rock, you want to keep it alive, please go to loulombardimusic.com/inner circle. That is loulombardimusic.com/inner circle. If you're watching on YouTube, the link is below. Hit the subscribe button as well. Give us a like. Leave me a comment. Great riff you'd like me to talk about on a future episode of Wicked Riff Wednesday? Well, then you need to let me know about it. So leave me a comment somewhere on one of our social media posts with this, YouTube, Facebook, wherever, and let me know which riffs you would love for me to explore. I love talking to you guys about it. I'm passionate about great guitar-driven rock just like you are. If you guys want some more information, you like these podcasts, LoudiniRockandRollCircus.com is a website. Thanks, guys, for hanging out. I'll catch you guys all on the next Wicked Riff Wednesday, Loudini Rock and Roll Circus.